Hi everyone. So today I was reading a book by Tony Robbins. It's called Awaken the Giant Within. And in that book, there was a quote by John Maxwell that says, "Change is inevitable, but growth is optional." And honestly, I think life proves that to us every day, right? Because all of us go through change. We get older. We go through different things in life, through responsibilities, and we experience disappointment. And some of us become parents, take on more responsibilities, work. We struggle, we succeed, we fail, and overall, life changes all of us, no matter how we go through life. But here's the thing that I am picking up and learning. Change and growth are not the same thing at all. Because just because we go through something hard, it doesn't automatically mean that we become wiser. Just because a long time has passed, many years for example, it doesn't mean that I become more mature. We just get older. Our mind might not have grown. Just because I am busy with many things, responsibilities, and functioning well, doesn't actually mean that I'm growing. And to a certain extent, when I think about that, it's a bit confronting, isn't it? Because we're forced to think, well, I've been through a lot. Have I actually grown? Sometimes we assume that surely I must have grown, but maybe it's not always the case. Sometimes pain can make us more compassionate, but some other times pain can also make us more guarded, fearful, more reactive to people around us, and controlling perhaps, and more close to the world. So what I was thinking, I was reading this book by John Maxwell called 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. Sometime back, I actually do some workshop with some of the teens in our church as well, going through this. And I think it would be a good idea for the next 15 days for me to, in my videos, to just go through, one law at a time every day for the next 15 days. And hopefully, I'm not going to do like a book summary or anything, but hopefully the principles that I share, the things that I learned from this book can bless everyone. So today I'm going to start with the first law, which is the law of intentionality. In very simple words, it really just means growth doesn't just happen. We have to choose it intentionally. So let me give you 3 tips, lessons that I got from the book, right? Number 1, time passing is not the same as growth. We can get older with age and still repeat the same broken patterns that we learn. We can have more experience in life and still respond to situations the same way that we have always been. We can live many, many years and still never actually stop to ask ourselves, who am I becoming? Number 2, pain needs reflection before it becomes wisdom. The same goes for failures. Now, pain and failures by itself does not always teach us anything. Sometimes we just survive it, push through, get through it, we cope, we move on. But when we actually pause and reflect, then we can start asking better questions of ourselves, right? What did this pain or failure teach me? What needs healing in me as I go through this? And what pattern do I not want to keep repeating? Think about how can God use this situation, this pain and failure, to grow something good in me. That is where pain can slowly become wisdom in our life. Number 3, our growth is not only for us. And I think this is why intentional growth matters so much to me, because When I grow in my self-awareness, it affects my whole family. When I grow in my emotional maturity, it affects my children, the way I treat them, the way they process their own emotions. When I grow in wisdom, it affects how I lead. At home, at work, the community. And when I grow in faith, in courage and character, it becomes part of what I pass on to the next generation. So I don't only want to change because life forced me to change. It happens, but I also want to grow on purpose, intentionally. Because change may happen to us, but growth requires our participation. So maybe today, let me challenge you, instead of only asking, what happened to me in life? Maybe let's try asking ourselves, who am I becoming because of it? Or go even more and ask yourself, who might be blessed if I choose to grow intentionally? Be blessed, and I'll see you in the next video.